Hello and welcome back. This is Archangel Zadkiel through the vehicle, the vessel, the channel of Katische Haberfield. You may have noticed that we recorded around about 7 videos in the Animal Spirit Guide season, and I thought it was completely finished. However, Katische said that she had so many more questions and that we had not covered so many different types of animals that she was unsatisfied. The perfectionist that she is. Now, she is doing this for the first time today with just the camera on, so you will have to excuse her for her nervousness. She has her buddy Michael in the background giving her a little bit of a pep talk. He was fussing with her hair before she started. Right, now, so we would like to talk about the mythical creature that is the unicorn, or that Katische began to know as the Narwhal. So for those who see and believe in the make-believe world, so they're told to believe as human beings, geez, that was a long way of saying that, of fairies, the fae, then you will not be surprised to learn that the fae or the fairies are real entities, they are real beings. And in the fae fairy world, the representation, oh, she's got an itchy eyebrow, the representation of the unicorn, other way around. Like I said, this is going to take a while for her brain to adjust. The representation of the unicorn that you see is the fairy world's representation of the unicorn. That is what a unicorn looks like in the fairy dimension. So those who see the traditional My Little Pony style of unicorn are very connected with the Fae world. And those are the immediate spirit guides that surround them. It's hilarious that the Lego movie popularized the concept of this creature, which people scoffed and thought was only for 2-year-old girls running around in their nappies. However, the unicorn is a very powerful creature of which Katische thinks she knows nothing about. And the thing that we wanted to talk about, though, because Katische was connected very strongly to the fairy world in her childhood, and we are pleased that she had this experience with them, but we now wish to redirect her attention. So you'll forgive us if we skip right over to the fae, over from the fae world, and go directly to the narwhals, because you'll find if you Google unicorns on YouTube, you will find many competent people who will tell you all about the beautiful creature that is the unicorn. And I feel Katische is quite disappointed there, because that means that there will be no section in her book that she's writing about the unicorn. However, we are making this book very personal, so we need to be authentic to that, and we will be talking about the narwhal. Now, the narwhal is a creature of the sea that exists. If you watch any videos on YouTube, again, we are referring a lot to YouTube, but you can see National Geographic magazine has videos on the narwhal, and they look like seals, but with a unicorn's, she wanted to say trumpet, a unicorn's horn. That's it, horn. But it's actually a tooth. That's a tooth, like a saber-toothed tiger, but on the third eye. Okay, so the narwhal is a great visionary animal and a great protector of the waters of the Antarctic Circle. It is also an animal like a whale, which belongs to a different dimension. The whale that Katische loves so much, and she was very excited to see the beluga, that sounds like caviar, the white whale, I think it's beluga, whale in Svalbard the other day in Cecilia Blondell's video, because it gave her great joy. And she saw so many, even though Cecilia said there wasn't very many, but for her there was just like the most amount of white whale she's ever seen in her life. We digress as she settles into the energy. The whale also comes from a different dimension, is what we were saying. And so you'll understand that these whales are at the top and the so-called bottom, the north and south of the Earth. And in Australia, Katische gets to see the whales at this time of the year. It has rather surprised us that she hasn't gone to see them at Stradbroke Island, but I think she is hankering for a deeper experience than standing on the rock cliff edge with a bunch of people acting like a small child every time a whale goes past. So the whales are from Sirius, and the narwhals are also from that region. It is both on Earth and not on Earth, which is how you can have different dimensions and different frequencies on Earth, which she is hesitant to keep going down that path. But she says if you understand the talk about ascension, it's a talk about different dimensions. And she's clearly not ready to go there yet. So we will be honest to her so that she does this channeling at her own speed. But the frequency of the narwhal and the whale allows it to exist both in the fourth and third dimension, and I hear second dimension of Earth, as well as in the higher frequencies of Sirius. It is allowed to exist on Earth because of the sound healing that it provides for Mother Gaia. And again, here's a plug for Lorna Burns' books. If you can visualize Mother Gaia curled up in fetal position as Lorna has seen in her mind's eye, then you can understand why the narwhal is the protector, as is the whale, constantly circling Mother Earth and protecting her with sound, vibrational healing that then ripples out to the Earth. And there's a reason that Katische also really appreciates the sound healing gong journeys that she goes to, where they use these special, it's like a comb that they brush across the gong to make a sound like a whale. And it is tolerable to her for a small amount of period because it creates an intense, pleasurable, soothing effect. And then after too long, you can't handle it because it's too much stimulation. So she craves the whale sound because of the pleasure and the calming. And it is because that she has experienced that dimension, as you will find, has anyone who can remember past lives in the forms of dolphins, whales, or narwhals. It's just like eating a comfortable. The word curry came to her mind if you were Indian, but she's trying not to create stereotypes in her videos. But if your favorite thing is a bowl of curry of some sort, and that is what you grew up with, then it's your comfort food. So that's her comfort sound. So why would she have been? Why are we doing a video about a narwhal or a whale spirit guide? And that is because we have talked about the left and the right, and we still have got the above and the below to go in terms of where these spirit guides hang out. And the whale or the narwhal hangs out above the head in the chakra that is just here. Of course, it's a technical name, but we are trying not to stress her out too much when she is channeling, because she has to turn off the logical and rational part of her brain, which knows exactly the name of the chakra, to then listen to my frequency, which already knows the answer. Obviously, I can see all the energy, but I have to let her learn to blend the two energies so that she doesn't try and override it with her logical, rational mind, and it's just my knowledge coming through as a pure channel. So anyway, we know that you're educated and you know exactly which chakra, the crown chakra. There you go. She got it. The crown chakra. So she often feels a lot of energy and heat in that area. Yesterday, when we were getting her to write the book, it's a channeled book, she had this intense pressure around her crown chakra because it felt opening opening a tin of sardines and having this chakra peeled back to let out the energy or the knowledge if you listen to the other videos. So we just wanted to let you know that you can have a strong crown chakra feeling, which can be the opening of that crown chakra to let out or in energy, but it also can be, confusingly enough, the location of your animal spirit guides, which are most likely to be narwhals or dolphins or some kind of creature like that who reside in the earth and in other dimensions and locations. What else do we have to say about that? The dolphins, the narwhals, and the whales obviously don't have human names, so you won't find them giving themselves a human name unless you expressly need to control that relationship by assigning them a pet name, so to speak, because they work in sound frequencies. If you ever want to see something funny, you should see Katische in the shower trying to make dolphin noises. But yes, dolphins do get attracted to her, and she has been on an expedition in Byron Bay, which if you are ever there, that we highly recommend you do, because she went kayaking in the dolphin breeding ground near Byron Bay, and the dolphins came right up underneath her single kayak, which they had never seen it do, and that was an acknowledgement of her connection with the dolphins. Amusingly to all of us nearby, she then made the dolphin noise, which, I don't know, made her feel better, but seemed to give her some kind of authority as to why the dolphins like to be near here. Okay, yes, we humans do things embarrassing to the archangels. Right, back to the archangels. Right. So I think for now, we just wanted to set you the exercise rather than anything else. You need practical tools and tips, right, in videos and in this book that she's writing. And so we'd like to set you the practical tip to spend some time understanding the right, the left, and the above energies and seeing how the body feels. There are many more locations where the spirit guides hang out, actually. But let's just stick to the crown chakra. Notice when you can feel the energy. For Katische, it's particularly astounding to her when she used to do all of her videos and regression sessions with the across the head headsets, because she likes the comfort and the hearing the sound in her head. And it was easier for her when she was doing the singing bowls, but it caused constant friction as this section here was completely open, and it really did heat up and feel uncomfortable, just as she is thinking right now there is something around this section of her face, because it is Michael with a feather trying to tickle her. Thank you, Michael. Brotherly love, hey? Okay. So let us know in the comments below. Do you have a spirit guide that you are aware of? Is it a dolphin, a narwhal, or a whale that resides above you? And what can you sense that it is trying to tell you? How is it trying to communicate with you? And obviously, these are the kinds of things that we'd like you to think about. Is it telling you things as intuition-based nudges? Well, she had the urge to close her eyes there to get deeper into it, but we find it very brave that she has been doing this with her eyes open. Or are they sending you sounds to calm you down that you can perceive, or are they sending you a message to do something? This is your challenge for the next video, please, or section of this book. Please let us know how you have experienced it, and no doubt Katische will go and reflect on this and see what those messages were for her, because as she is learning as she goes here, so I don't think she has actually ever stopped to think, what is the higher wisdom that is coming through? Okay, that feather is back out, so Archangel Michael says that's enough. He's like her big brother boss, and he won't let me dominate the conversation too long, because this is the first open eye channeling and we expected her to close her eyes. Hence, we shone the bright light directly into her eyes to make her close them, but she has resisted. As she would say, namaste,